I was born in Calcutta, India. I left India in 1964 with a certificate in commerce and the equivalent, in those days, of $10 to my name. I sailed across the Arabian Sea, the Red Sea, the Mediterranean, and arrived in England after 3 weeks. When I was 36 years old, my own marriage was arranged. Around the same time, I was offered a full time job in Canada in the processing department of a library at Waterloo. By now, I had enough money to go by plane. I flew first to Calcutta to attend my wedding. My wife's name is Mala. The marriage had been arranged by my older brother and his wife. I regard the proposition with neither objection nor enthusiasm. It was a duty expected of me, as it was expected of every man. She was 27, an age when her parents had begun to fear that she would never marry, and so they were willing to ship their only child halfway across the world in order to save her from spinsterhood. A week after, I flew to Waterloo to begin my new job. I began to look for a place to stay, especially because my wife was going to move soon, after her passport and documents were ready. From time to time, I studied the classified section of the newspaper to see what was available in my price range. It was in this manner that I discovered a room for an immediate occupancy for $8 per week. Yes, good afternoon, madam.
Who's speaking?
I'm calling about a room for rent.
Waterloo or Laurier?
I beg your pardon?
Are you from Waterloo or Laurier?
I work at a Dana Porter Library at the University of Waterloo.
I only rent rooms to boys from Waterloo or Laurier.
Yes, madam. I got out to see the apartment 9 o'clock that morning. "30 minutes before the hour, I set out, my guidebook in my pocket, my breath fresh with Listerine. I had never lived in the home of a person who was not Indian.
Lock up. Fasten the chain. This is the first thing you'll do when you enter, okay?
Yes, madam.
You're punctual. I expect you shall be so with the rent. The last boy, he wasn't. Still owes me $8. How's Waterloo, boy?
It's pretty good.
There's a Canadian flag on the moon. A Canadian flag on the moon, boy. Isn't that splendid? I heard it on the radio. Say splendid. Say splendid.
Splendid.
Go see the room. What is your decision?
Yes.
Rent is due Friday mornings and no lady visitors.
I'm a married man.
No lady visitors. I'm Mrs. Croft. There's a Canadian flag on the moon, boy.
Splendid.
There's a Canadian flag on the moon, boy.
Yes, madam.
What do you have to say about that?
Splendid. This became a routine.
There's a Canadian flag on the moon, boy.
Splendid. Friday morning, my first week's rent was due. I put 8 $1 bills in an envelope and wrote Mrs. Croft's name on the front of it.
What is your business?
Drink, madam.
On the table.
I have it here.
It was very kind of you.
I beg your pardon?
Very kind of you.
She was still holding the envelope in her hands.
I bring mother groceries once a week. Has she sent you packing yet?
It's very well, madam.
I think she likes you. You're actually the first boarder she's ever referred to as a gentleman.
Not at all, madam.
Are you new to Waterloo?
New to Canada, madam.
From...
Calcutta, India.
Oh, is that right?
Come outside immediately.
What is it, mother?
It's improper.
What is improper?
It's improper for a lady and gentleman to have a conversation without supervision.
Well, mother, this is not the 1800s. What happens if you were to walk outside and see a girl with a miniskirt?
I'd have her arrested.
Excuse me, madam, but is that enough?
Is what enough?
The soup. The soup for Mrs. Prof.
She stopped eating solids when she turned 100, 3 years ago.
I was mortified. I'd assumed Mrs. Croft was in her 80s, perhaps as well as 90. I'd never known a person who has lived for over a century. That this person was a widow who lived alone mortified me further still. It was widowhood that had driven my own mother insane. I'm happy to warm Mrs. Croft's soup in the evening. It's alright.
I wouldn't if I were you. That's the sort of thing that would kill her altogether.
I began to worry about her, especially now that I know how very old she was. As vigorous as her voice was, and imperious as she seemed, I knew that even a scratch or a cough could kill a person that old. Each day she lived, I knew, was something of a miracle. In this manner, the 6 weeks of that summer passed. I came home each evening after my hours of library and spent a few minutes with Mrs. Croft. I gave her a bit of my company and assured her that I checked the locks and told her that the flag on the moon was splendid. Some evenings I sat beside her long after she had drifted off to sleep, still in awe of how many years she had spent on this earth. There was nothing I could do for her beyond these simple gestures. I was not her son, and apart from those $8, I owed her nothing. What did you eat on the plane?
I didn't eat.
All the way from Calcutta?
The menu said oxtail soup.
Sorry, there must have been something else.
The thought of oxtail made me lose my appetite.
Hello there. I was just about to go to the store if you don't mind. She's had a little accident.
I broke my hip.
Oh dear, madam.
I fell off the couch.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
It was the middle of the night. You know what I did about that, boy? I called the police. What do you think about that, boy?
Splendid.
Who is that?
Oh, she's my wife.
She's a perfect woman.